Hey, good morning from the office. Good Monday morning here from Ellijay, Georgia. I'm your host, BKP. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show, and good to be back this Monday morning. Little cold outside, going to rain. It's been raining. It is winter, folks. It's still February, still winter. We had a couple days last week where it felt like spring, but most of the country is experiencing winter weather. Ask Amy Klobuchar up there in Minnesota as she launched her presidential campaign. Now, to get started this morning, watched all the morning shows. Are you as interested? Let me get some of my pictures up here. Are you as interested in this right here, number 10? Give me number 10, okay? Are you as interested in Jeff Bezos' claims that AMI, I think American Media Incorporated or whatever, the parent company of the National Enquirer owned by Mr. Pecker? Are you as interested in the media, that the media is, that his claims of being blackmailed by the National Enquirer over these pictures? Okay, give me number 25. National Enquirer CEO's lawyer, no Bezos extortion. 25. There's a claim of Bezos is claiming extortion. Let me just say this. Bezos is the richest man in the world. So it's irrelevant that he owns the Washington Post. It's irrelevant Saudi Arabia. Trump and the president's relationship with Mr. Pecker, the publisher of the National Enquirer, that's all irrelevant. This is what the National Enquirer does. If they have photos, if they have a story on the richest man in the world and they have explicit photos, this is what they do. It's the politics that they're claiming. But the reason I wanted to start with it is all the morning shows, this is the run for cover. Democrats and the deep state media, we will get into that, they're using this on all the morning shows. They're using this, so much of it in the last 3 days, to run cover for the Great Green New Deal by Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. The Green New Deal, that is a disaster, that is absolutely scaring Nancy Pelosi and many of the other older Democrats that are getting close to the end of the line, according to probably their new abortion laws in the states they live in. But all jokes aside, Nancy Pelosi and some of those Democrats are a nervous wreck over the Green Deal. Nancy Pelosi will not admit it, but they're a nervous wreck over the Muslim anti-Semitic comments. What's her name? Omar? They're a nervous wreck over that. The Green Deal, they're a nervous wreck. And Virginia, they got to somehow get Virginia past them. And they've done everything this week to change the subject. To me, the subject continues to be about abortion, to me, with Northam, okay? Number 24 at 3 a.m., not Northam, I'm sorry, Northam, all right? Virginia Governor Northam refuses to resign amid racist photo controversy. Nowhere else is it discussed, okay? about the abortion comments he made on the radio station. So we feel it's necessary to remind America, whoever's out there watching, again, what's really the outrage here and why the man really should resign. But that being said, this guy right here, okay? Now, how many of you remember we're going to get the video up of the interview from Face the Nation, okay? So CBS is brought in to run cover this time. Sometimes it's ABC, sometimes it's NBC, CNN, but this one is CBS, and they're going to have a nice, quiet conversation. Get that video ready. But first, all right, let's go with the video, and then we'll discuss a little bit. This is the interview on CBS this morning, and the clips from it from Face the Nation yesterday morning.
Good morning and welcome to Face the Nation. We begin with the chaos in Virginia's government and the scandals that have rocked the top 3 Democrats in the Commonwealth: Governor Ralph Northam, Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax, and Attorney General Mark Herring. CBS This Morning co-host Gayle King has just returned from Richmond, Virginia, where she spoke to the governor in his only television interview.
I know this has been a very difficult week for you in the state of Virginia, so where would you like to begin?
Well, it has been a difficult week, and you know, if you look at Virginia's history, we're now at the 400-year anniversary. Just 90 miles from here, in 1619, the first indentured servants from Africa landed on our shores in Old Point Comfort, what we call now Fort Monroe. And while
also known as slavery.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know, while we have made a lot of progress in Virginia,
All right. Now, I stopped there, Josh. We are going to go right back where that's at. And I think that's, what's her name, Jill King, CBS. So first of all, a black woman, okay, to sit down. CBS starts running the defense for this guy, this piece of garbage governor, all right? Where is the African community, the black vote? Where is your outrage in Virginia this morning? If you get to the abortion, where this is the same guy that said, deliver the baby, stabilize the baby, okay? We're going to get there. This is the same guy, okay? This is the guy that beat Ed Gillespie over his campaign of racism, accusing Ed Gillespie. Then we find the pictures of this guy, not only in blackface, but standing there posing with somebody from KKK with a hood. This is a medical school. This is a medical yearbook. This is not his 10th grade or 9th grade. This is not 2 kids in 9th grade. This is a medical yearbook. These are adults. One in blackface, and the one in blackface felt it was good to take a picture with someone in a hood, KKK hood. Wow. So not only that, now we got the blackface. This guy says yesterday, first of all, CBS can't do a better job at trying to run cover for the guy. We understand you had a difficult week. Really? You had a difficult week? So, yes, CBS comes out with a nice soft interview. Difficult week. But Jill King, is that her name? She can't help herself to correct him. In 1619, our first indentured servants, okay? Put up number 42. Folks, you remember that history book, American History? Now, I don't know about your age, but back then, and you're doing American history, and there's highlighted statements. There's things that are identified in your history book that are highlighted in bold print, and those are the things you knew you needed to study the definition of. Okay, I remember that still to this day. I'll never forget going through my American history book and seeing indentured servants. And I'll never forget studying indentured servants were initially bound to their employers in exchange for a free passage to the New World. I don't know that the slaves were really cut a deal. I don't know where they signed an agreement. Okay, now in number 41, and this is like 1600 something, all right, 16 something, all right, and this is indentured. This is an indentured servant agreement. Okay, it's tough to read, but you can go. Governor Northam, you can go online there, and this agreement was valid in Virginia and Maryland, and I forget where else. And you can get these agreements. You can look at these agreements on indentured servants, and maybe you want to do that and take a quick look. Go back to number 42. Again, we don't think that slaves, which I really don't want to put up pictures of slaves this morning, we don't think slaves in Africa. This man actually said out of his mouth, folks, in 1619, our first indentured servants from Africa. Whoa! Why is he there today? Why is this man in office? I don't think slaves, let me tell you something, the black community, the religious church community in Virginia, where are you? Where are you concerning, okay, first of all, the abortion issue? Where are the Republicans? Where are the black voters? Where is everybody in Virginia that's outraged over this man from identifying slaves as indentured servants? This is as of yesterday, okay? Wearing blackface. This is what Democrats think and how racist they are. This is who they are. The unmasking in the last 2 weeks. Let's go back to the State of the Union, okay? Let's go back to the new Green Deal. We continue just to peel back just maybe not even 2 weeks. The Democrat, socialist, racist, murdering, abortion is totally exposed to the American people. I hope everybody plays the clip where this guy refers to slaves as indentured servants, because I think those shackles and I think the way they were herded up on those boats, you know, and not knowing where they were going from Africa. I understand one of Governor Northam's, I understand, excuse me, when I laugh I get a cough, but I understand one of Governor Northam's assignments, would you say, to find, you know, healing is to read Alex Haley's book, Roots. Boy, must not have gotten very far into that before he did the interview. Can you go back to the interview and put it right where we were at, if you can get it close enough, and let's go back to this interview.
And, you know, while we have made a lot of progress in Virginia, slavery has ended, schools have been desegregated, we have ended the Jim Crow laws, easier access to voting. It is abundantly clear that we still have a lot of work to do, and I really think this week raised a level of awareness in the Commonwealth and in this country that we haven't seen certainly in my lifetime.
And why you think you still deserve this job when so many people are calling for you to step down?
Well, again, we have worked very hard. We've had a good first year, and I'm a leader. I've been in some very difficult situations, life and death situations, taking care of sick children. And right now,
you're a doctor, yes. Right
now, Virginia needs someone that can heal. There's no better person to do that than a doctor. Virginia also needs someone who is strong, who has empathy, who has courage, and who has a moral compass. And that's why I'm not going anywhere. I have learned from this. I have a lot more to learn, but we're in a unique opportunity now. Again, the 400-year anniversary of the history, whether it be good or bad, in Virginia, to really make some impactful changes.
Of slavery in this country,
yes,
in this state, yeah. Did you ever think about resigning when the drumbeat became so loud? And by the way, they're still beating for you to step down.
I don't live in a vacuum. And so, yes, I have heard it. And this has been a difficult week. And again, I'm fine. It's been mainly difficult for Virginia in this country. So yes, I have thought about resigning, but I've also thought about what Virginia needs right now. And I really think that I'm in a position where I can take Virginia to the next level, and it will be very positive. And, you know, we have a number of inequities in this country right now and in Virginia, and we're in a position to really stop talking so much and now to take action with policy to address a lot of these inequities.
Gail, thank you for bringing us this interview. What did you make of the governor's explanation?
Well, the interview was at 7 o'clock, and he was there ready to go. We were in his house, of course. He was there ready to go, and he was on time. And he clearly is very anguished by this whole situation. I know that this is an attempt at damage control. Who's calling us, Margaret? I know that this is clearly an attempt at damage control, but I didn't feel that he was spinning a story. I think he's anguished. I think he's very sincere, and I think that he's hoping that once voters and viewers hear his story, that they will reconsider the calls for his resignation. That said, he's not planning to go anywhere. He thinks that he feels he's in a very unique position to lead Virginia to another way, and that this is actually, as painful as it is, a very good conversation for us all to have.
He thinks he can ride this out.
I think he's hoping he can. I think he's hoping.
Okay, Gail King, I had it incorrect there. Gail King. So let's just look at it like this just for a minute. Gail King, African-American, black lady. CBS runs the cover. Now, let me tell you something. When it comes to the deep state media, they decide, they rotate on who's going to do the run for cover. They do a very soft interview with Northam, okay? Nothing's brought up about the abortion. The abortion issue is done and over with the media, okay? And so they set that up, and he won't go. He will not resign. And first of all, this guy said, I'm a leader taking care of sick children. This state needs healing, and I'm the person to do it. He has a moral compass. I mean, I am just taken back where the outrage is this morning for this guy to have the nerve to say he has a moral compass. And Gail King has to keep reminding him, say slavery, okay? But I think he's sincere. They think he's sincere. Now, a couple things before I get not off of this subject, but let's go with number 16, okay? MSNBC, a Washington Post poll. Number 16 there, Virginia, what should Governor Northam do among Democrats? Stay on. Democrats, 57%, stay on. Ride it out. Now, I will have to tell you, Virginia is actually being exposed for, excuse the way I put it, electing a total idiot. This guy is a total buffoon. I mean, this morning, I heard indentured servant, and I was like, whoa. 40% step down, okay? That's among Democrats, all right? Now, among all voters in Virginia, number 17, okay, number 17, when all polled, what should Governor Northam do? 47% stay on the job, 47% step down. Okay, now, he says I'm not going anywhere, all right? I'm not going anywhere, okay? Give me number, refusing to quit, give me number 29. 4 a.m. this morning, refusing to quit, all right? And number 34. Northam, I'm not going anywhere. Virginia governor says state needs someone that can heal. Now, CNN put this up. CNN put this up, and it's quite interesting that they went with this, all right? Number 35, okay? Northam refers to slaves as indentured servants. Triggers backlash on social media, draws correction from Gayle King. Now, let's go to number 36. Now we have Lieutenant Governor, I call him Lord Fairfax, facing possible impeachment. Now, calls interaction with two female accusers consensual. He says they were consensual, okay? Now, the one, I forget her name. I'll get back to this. Let's go with, he is refusing to resign. They're supposed to bring up impeachment, articles of impeachment today on this guy. And let's go with Vanessa Tyson. Let's go with number 5. And I'm not for sure the identity of the second one, okay? So here is Virginia Lieutenant Governor's accuser adds details. Vanessa Tyson says Justin Lord Fairfax sexually assaulted her in 2004. Now, during, I think it's in Durham, North Carolina. I think it was, if I remember right, is it Duke University? I'm not for sure. I want to be careful there. But the second accuser claims that he raped her, okay? So there's 2 accusers, and Fairfax refuses to go. Now give us number 6, all right? Number 6, Virginia's succession line. Remember Northam to Fairfax. Remember Attorney General Mark Herring. He's not going anywhere. Blackface. And that would have put Virginia House Speaker Kirk Cox as the next governor as a Republican if the 3 resign. So Virginia, there you have, with the exception of Mr. Cox, unfair to you, sir, but there's the first 3 Democrats, the leadership, Democrat leadership of Virginia, racist, okay, accused rapist. I mean, this guy's accused of rape. They're racist, sexual predators. They've been accused of everything there, but they say to hell with everything. They're going to stay. So Virginia's up for grabs in 2020. We're going to talk about that a little more. Now, I'm going to come back, and I'm going to stay on the Virginia just a couple more minutes, and then we will go into the Green Deal. And the Green Deal that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she has Democrats scared to death this morning. They can lie if they want, but the joke going around the internet is number 12, right? That's the joke going around the internet is here is the new Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez car for the future. Flintstone car, no batteries, no power. You know, we know that the battery cars, we know in the sub-zero temperatures, like when they had a week of sub-zero temperatures through the Midwest, they got a lot of problems. So I'm not anti-electric car, but they got a lot of problems. And then she wants to end air travel in 10 years. And everybody gets a job. Everybody gets money. It doesn't matter if you're willing to work or not willing to work. I'm going to take a break. We'll be right back. I'm your host, BKP. I want to talk about Northam just a couple more minutes and then add the Republicans into the conversation. Take us a break.